Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to be going over how to use PicMonkey. So for PicMonkey, it's one of my favorite things you can use for making banners or making advertisements or just creating a really cool picture for your business. So I'm going to kind of walk you through a couple of things that I do and kind of the effects that I use just in order to show you how to make a really cool picture. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so you have to use a computer or a laptop for PicMonkey. There actually isn't really an app that you can do this on. So hopefully you guys have a laptop or access to some sort of computer. So if we're gonna do a banner for your Facebook page, what we're gonna go into is collage. You're gonna choose the collage option. And then when you get into the collage, oh, my computer's gonna be slow for me today. Let's have a drink of water. Oh boy. I'm sorry, guys. Of course, my computer is so slow on the day I need it to be fast. Okay, so this is what's gonna pop up. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go over to the left-hand side here and you're gonna choose the layouts. So in the layouts, there's a whole bunch of different options. And the one that I suggest, obviously, is the Facebook cover option. So you can choose that. So you can do this in lots of different ways. So what you can do is you can go back up into images and you can add an image. So it's going to give you an option to add an image from your computer. And so you can just double click and the image is going to pop up. And then what you do is you just, when it pops up, so they have some images here. So what you do is you just kind of drag them over, right? And you can kind of put them wherever you want, kind of like that. So there's one of me. See, that looks kind of big there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this one back and put that there. And then what I think I'm gonna do is you can actually close these out. And, oh, I can't get past there. So what we can do, and then we're gonna go into the color. And so you can color the background whatever you want by this grid. But what I like to do is I like to kind of match to the tone of the pictures that I've chosen. So if you hit this little thing here, you can like get any color you want. So if you want a color that's gonna match the screen of the picture you've chose, you can kind of just go around until you choose one that looks good, that you like. And so that looks nice. So I think I'll pick that one. Oh, I didn't see. Just like that. So then you just click. And then once you have your base together, what you can do is you can go into export to editor up above. And then it says, are you ready to export to editor? And you just say yes. It takes you into another PicMonkey area where you have a lot more options to do things. So this is where you can get really creative. So what I'm gonna do is, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna add the overlay. The overlay is kind of cool. I'm gonna kind of show you what you can do here. So I'm gonna add a picture. I don't know, maybe I'll add this one of the donkey just because it's so cute. Okay, so me and the baby donkey, we're gonna go over here. And you know, this picture's not going to be one I'm gonna use. I'm just kind of showing you the different effects. So it's gonna look probably pretty crazy. Just so I can show you guys. Oh, I just need this here. That's not, okay, I need that. So, I want this thing. So, I'm gonna move that here so I can use it. So, say I don't want that big greenery and railing in the back. So I'm gonna go to eraser. And I am going to choose an eraser size. And I'm going to make it a little bit less harsh. And you can just erase the background. And you can get really close. And then if you let go, if you have a mouse, it probably works better. You can kind of just get rid of all the background picture that you do not want. So if I don't want it set so square down here, you can kind of just go like that to make it look not so edgy. And I kind of erased my hair there, but you can be a lot more careful with your own. You want it to look professional, remember that, right? This is your business window, so you have to think like what you want people to think when they see your Facebook banner. You want it to look professional. You want it to look, you know, like it's a professional photo. So you can get a lot more detailed. You can make the eraser size smaller, and you can get into like the little cracks between the ears. And like this kind of thing takes a little bit of time, but it looks really neat by the time that you're done. You can also make the picture fade. So if you didn't want it such a bright picture, you can really like fade it out and kind of do that. There's tons of different things you can do with this. So me and Donkey are going to go over here by the daisy. So now I want to add, what do I want to add? Maybe I'll add an arrow. And what I always do with the arrows is I always make it like a back. I know there's probably other options you can do, but this is just something that I'm familiar with. So what I always do, I put too many there, is I take this thing and I expand it. So you can kind of do however big you want. Like if you wanted to cover the whole page, you just make it bigger. You can move it down, and so you can fade it out like that. You can change the color so it matches the flower. So make it match the yellow maybe. You know, and that's kind of a good place to put text. So then you can take your text right there. You can add a text box. So text box is going to pop up. So you just move your text box down. Depending on where you want it centered, I would just, you know, if you want it centered in your entire page, I would just kind of do that. And then you can type here, whatever you're going to do. Whoops. And if you guys want to see what I have done, I did, you can go over to my page and see what mine look like, my business page or my personal page. So then you can just change the font. You can make it kind of cool. You can change the size as well. So then there's some text. So you can add text all over the place, and you can do it however you want. And then this here is called, what is this one called? Effects. So now you can make some cool effects. So the one I really like to use is dark edges. Kind of brings it all together, ties it all together. So I'm going to use that one. And then you can also, you know, like there's lots of different ones. So you could do that. That didn't really make too much of a difference. You can soften it like that. Don't really like that. You can make it the focus off, which is kind of cool. I'll show you. So see, so you can kind of choose where you want your focus to be. So if I want the focus on me, I can do that, and I can make everything else blurry around it. So that looks kind of neat, right? It blends it all in together nicely. So I'll leave that like that. Okay, so I need something else. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some bling. So where is the bling? I need, okay, some stars. These are kind of cool. So you can choose some stars. See, they kind of just pop out there. And you can put some, yes, babe, I can make you some soup in a minute, okay? I'm just busy at the moment. You can add some stars, like that. Kind of put some extra sparkle in there. Maybe I would need another picture because it looks kind of, oh, I didn't want that. I want to add my own overlay. So when you're adding your own picture, you're just adding your own overlay. So maybe I want a picture of me doing a workout. So I've already edited this one in PicMonkey before, and then I saved it to my computer, and I made it into a circle photo. So you can do that as well. So what you do is you just go, I'll show you that. after instead of explaining it. So, you know, you can kind of get the idea of what I've done there. You can do a whole bunch of different things. You just have to play around with it. It's taken me a long time to figure it all out, but you can fade it out, make it look like there's some stars coming out. You can, you know, like that looks pretty cool, right? And that, what, took me about 2 minutes. So, I'm not going to save that, but that kind of shows you like what is possible for your banner. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to go to PicMonkey again. It's a shame, my hard work, but I have so many of these posters or banners. I do not need another one. Okay, so this time we're going to go to edit. So I'm going to show you. So if you want a picture, so if you made a banner and you want to add some pictures in a circle way, or like a square or some sort of, you know, you want to add them on with a pop, I guess. So I kind of did that with mine. I added some pictures of my kids and me and my husband in a circle, and it looks really neat, and it looks really professional. So what I did was I chose a picture. I picked the frame option. I went to shape cutouts. I chose a circle, but maybe we'll choose a star. And I just placed it where I wanted it. And you can make it bigger. And you can make the angle different. And you want the background to be transparent. So then you just apply it. And then you save it to your computer. It was not save. Let's do that. And you save it to your computer. And then you're able to go in and grab that picture and put it on your banner. So that's another really cool thing. So now that we did that, I kind of showed you how to do that. So you need to do those individually and save them. Now I'm going to show you one more thing, and that is to design. So you can make this, you can make some ads for this. So if you are working on building your like page, or if you have your like page to enough likes that you want to do an ad for your challenge group, you can make an ad with this. So kind of same kind of thing, right? But this is an actual picture shape and it's not the size of the banner. So you want to make sure you choose this. So maybe I want to make a advertisement with make an advertisement for a challenge group. So I'm going to choose this one, maybe. Put that there on my middle of my page. I'll want maybe the background. The theme can be, we'll do that. Texture, put something in the background. Maybe some, I don't know if I like that one. Sorry guys, talking to myself here. I want to do that. I actually want to do it like this. So I'm going to add a different one behind it because mine is called Acre Fitness. What we're going to do is we're going to add something country behind. So I think I have them in here. There they are. I was looking for those. Okay. So I've added that. So see how it came on the front, at the front of the picture? So I just left or right click it, send it back. So now when I expand it, it should be behind that photo. So I can do that. And then I can add another one of those arrows just to make it on the top. Where'd it go? So I'm gonna expand this. This is also on the top, so I need to make sure I move that back. So now I'm in front of it. And maybe I want to change the color of that to match the bottom, not be so like harsh. So I just take my little thing and I just go around to where I think looks nice. That looks nice, right? So you can kind of do that, add some text, and kind of go from there. So there's lots of different avenues with this program, and it is free. So that's, you know, that's a big bonus. So next challenge group starts now, or something, like whatever you want to do. I'm definitely not putting much time or thought into these, but just kind of showing you what is, you know, what you're able to do. You really, when you're doing social media posts, you really want them to stand out. You don't want them to look like everyone else is, or you don't want them to look, you know, like not. You want them to look like you tried. You want your business, you want people to know that you try in your business. So, I mean, putting a little bit of time and effort into some good posts, like once, you know, like a really good edited, beautiful picture, like at least once a day, definitely shows everyone that you're always trying. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, you can always reach out and let me know, and I can try to give you an answer or try to help you out. But hopefully that helps, and hopefully you guys enjoy PicMonkey. So have a great day.